Good afternoon, worshipful master, wardens, brother and all. My name is Tyler Whittaker. I am a third-generation Master Mason. I was raised in Saul D. Bayless Lodge, number 359 in Fort Wayne, Indiana, on June 16th, 2014. I am a past master and proud member of Fellowship Lodge, number 681 in Anderson. I have the honor and privilege of serving the Grand Lodge as the current Tyler for Bartimaeus Lodge under dispensation and a Masonic educator for District 4. I am also a member of the Indy Valley of the Scottish Rite and Anderson York Rite and other concordant bodies. In my professional life, I am the Vice President of Worley Monuments in Muncie, Indiana. I have 20 years experience as an operative Mason. I followed in my father's footsteps, whose humble beginnings in the craft started with hammer and chisel in hand, working his way up through the ranks until he purchased the business in 1996 from the Worley family. Worley Monuments was founded in the small town of Montpelier, Indiana in the year 1899, and later moved to Muncie, Indiana, where our home office is still today. Having the opportunity to be both a speculative and operative Mason offers me a unique perspective and appreciation for the working tools and other symbols found in Freemasonry, but more especially for the craftsmanship of those operative workmen who not only laid their mark on the history of our fraternity, but also built stone structures of stupendous magnitude that still trace their horizons to this day. Although the art of monument crafting is a far cry from the skilled workmanship employed by the cathedral builders of the Middle Ages, the process of stone cutting to fit the desire of its artisan remains the same to this day. Since the dawn of creation, men of every country, sect, and opinion have implanted in their conscience, by the grace of the supreme architect of the universe, a desire for science, industry, and knowledge, but more especially to build. As we learn through the philosophies of our gentle craft, every Master Mason is a builder, not only for this life, but for all eternity, striving as best we can in our weak human way for the uplift and betterment of ourselves and our fellow man. From the rise of these early civilizations into modern times, humanity has sought to reach for the heavens, to somehow bring themselves closer to the celestial lodge above through the erection of temples and monuments to their deity, therefore attempting to imitate the divine plan, and through a study of symmetry and order, which we know gave rise to society and birth to every useful art. Although the precise origins of Freemasonry may be lost to the sands of time, we can say with confidence that the formation of operative stonemasons guilds began long before the erection of King Solomon's Temple within the Egyptian and other ancient mystery schools, which through the ages evolved into the fraternal, speculative lodges that we know today. Thus, from time immemorial, Masons have employed a variety of stones, symbols, ornamentations, and tools to not only furnish themselves with dwellings and convenient shelters from the vicissitudes and inclemencies of the seasons, but to transmit through the ages, unimpaired, the excellent tenets of our institution. The art of operative stonemasonry has changed very little since its inception, only in its practice, thanks to the advancements in science and industry. with the development of modern tooling such as carbide steel chisels, heavy equipment, and industrial diamonds. One of the 70,000 entered apprentice in the mountains and quarries at the building of King Solomon's temple would recognize several of the tools still employed by his profession today. Through their sheer strength of will, the science of geometry, and the humble working tools available to them at the time, our ancient brethren, the operative stonemason, were able to extract from our Mother Earth rough ashlars in their rude and natural state. These stones may have varied in size from the enormous, from the great pyramids of Giza or Stonehenge, to the precise and ornate, as displayed in the flying buttresses of Notre Dame or Rosalind's Chapel. Today, stone quarries utilize a variety of modern equipment, ranging from mobile drilling rigs and heavy explosives used to blast large chunks of stone from the earth, to massive bridge saws with circular diamond-impregnated blades in excess of 12 feet, to diamond wire saws with cutting wires in excess of a mile long. Thanks to these industrial innovations, and the aid of commercial excavation equipment like cranes, heavy-duty loaders, and semi-trucks, operative quarrymen of today are able to remove multiple 20-plus ton stones on a daily basis. A scale and rate that would have been unprecedented by the operative workmen of old, those men who were armed only with a setting maul, wedges, and chisels, who may have languished for weeks, months, and years to accomplish the same task. We as speculative masons are reminded that these ashlars are an emblem of human life, and that through life's experiences, relationships, and education, a proper force is applied to man, a force that will continue to develop his personality and character for the years to come. So too, in operative masonry, a proper force is applied, at times ever so delicately, to stone so that it can be utilized and manipulated for the will and needs of man. This is never more apparent than in the use of wedges, with the ability of this small tool, when a proper force is applied in just the correct way, can aid its artisan to split large stones, blocks, or boulders with nothing more than a few taps of the hammer. This also holds true for Freemasonry. When properly applied to a man's conscience, will change the course of his life forever. The Lewis pin. Speculatively, this tool can be found in the rituals of different jurisdictions of Freemasonry throughout the world. Indiana Freemasonry recognizes this emblem to recognize brethren with generational affiliation to the craft. Through the understanding of geometry and physics, with the assistance of an angular hole drilled into the stone, when the force of gravity and friction is applied during lifting, will prevent its removal. Thus, a stone could be lifted without the aid of straps or slings when those situations would deter their use. Hand stone carting utilizes those working tools we as speculative masons know so well, particularly the 24-inch gauge, the square, and the common gavel, with the assistance of the chisel. Speculatively, the chisel can be found utilized during several of the appendant body degree work and implies very similar philosophies that are found in Blue Lodge. But operatively, it varies greatly depending on the desire of its wielder. The pitcher is a blunt-faced, hardened carbide steel, flat-edged chisel used in situations that require large quantities of stone to be removed. The chipper is used during mostly finishing work between a flat surface and a rough rock edge. This radiused edge chisel ends in a sharp face, which is designed to split stone with little fracturing of the smooth surface. The tracer, the largest of the hand chisels, it is utilized in squaring corners of two rock faces, as well as sending a large shock wave through the stone, which aids in the splitting process. The point is sharpened to a diamond point on four sides. This chisel is designed to remove unsightly rock edges or high points prior to a stone being hewn. Sorry. The engraver's chisel, the smallest of the hand's chisels and is sharpened to a razor's edge, is used in lettering or intricate carving work. Stone engraving, a process previously reserved for those master workmen who, after a virtuous education, their own endeavors through years of experience and the blessings of God, would arrive at the age of manhood with the true understanding of the craft and the steady hands necessary to perform their tasks. Because unlike in other arts like painting, where a mistake is easily erased by an additional layer of color, stone cutting relies only on that which is removed and is not easily erased. Thus, this was the chosen medium to preserve the records of those ancient civilizations and still utilized to this day to memorialize our loved ones. The cornerstone is an emblem of our steadfast dedication and devotion to the foundation of ourselves and to our fraternity. Freemasonry utilizes this emblem not only to admonish the young entered apprentice of the importance of the step he has just taken, but to remind him of his duty to his God, his neighbor, and himself. Through an understanding and his choice to implement our philosophies into his daily life, he will be the better enabled to uphold those morals and principles which lay the foundation upon which he can build his own spiritual temple and thus a righteous life. Freemasonry also employs the use of physical cornerstones on countless public ceremonies on a federal and state local level every year. This long-honored tradition holds true to today. And February 20th, Freemasons from all over the nation will assemble in Alexandria, Virginia, to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the conception of the George Washington National Masonic Memorial. And in doing so, will honor and pay tribute to one of the greatest men in modern Freemasonry, as well as to one of the founders of our great country, the United States of America. Thanks to the gracious confidence of past Grand Master Michael Brumback, Worley Monuments has been given this exceptional honor and once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to represent all of Indiana Freemasonry in producing the new cornerstone for this celebration. To share this upcoming occasion with a business partner, a brother, and a mentor, but more especially a father, is an experience words cannot begin to describe, and one that I will hold dear for the rest of my life. One may think that the true art of operative masonry has been lost to the sands of time, with concrete, glass, and steel structures now overtaking our skylines, but bound together by our fundamental values of brotherly love, relief, and truth. Speculative Freemasonry seeks to carry on the legacy established by those ancient brethren. By doing so, it continues on a daily basis to aid those men who seek its light and thus become better versions of themselves for the benefit of humanity. First off, before I relinquish the floor, I would like to thank Worshipful Brother Dave Hostler for the invitation, and Worshipful Brother Barry White for allowing me to speak. To be in this room with you gentlemen is an honor that I would have never expected, and I'm grateful for.